The Ethiopian government, through its flagship airline, Ethiopian Airline, has unveiled plans to initiate the construction of Africa's largest airport, a monumental project estimated to cost about $7.8 billion. This ambitious endeavor marks a significant milestone for the national carrier as it ventures into the realm of infrastructure development. Representatives of the airline disclosed that the extensive research and deliberations have culminated in the commencement of this groundbreaking initiative, named the Mega Airport City. They also emphasized a collaborative effort between the Oromia region and the federal government to facilitate the project, aiming to uplift local communities and create employment opportunities for farmers in the area. Spanning across 35 kilometers in the Oromia region, the expansive airport city is set to redefine air travel infrastructure in Africa. The grand design includes provision for 300 aircraft parking spaces and 4 air runways poised to accommodate the bulk-going demand for air travel. Notably, the existing terminal, operating at full capacity, can cater for up to about approximately 25 million passengers. However, with the advent of the new airport, passenger capacity is expected to quadruple, ensuring enhanced operational efficiency and seamless travel experience for millions of passengers annually. The construction timeline for this project spans 5 years, divided into 2 distinct phases, with meticulous planning to ensure optimal utilization of resources and adherence to stringent quality standards. Additionally, plans are underway to construct an expressway linking the airport city to the bustling Bole International Airport, facilitating seamless connectivity and streamlined logistics. With passenger numbers steadily on the rise, the Ethiopian Airlines recognizes the imperatives of expanded infrastructure to meet growing demands. The new airport complex is envisioned to feature state-of-the-art amenities, including modern hotels, duty-free shopping zones, a cutting-edge cargo logistics center, further bolstering Ethiopia's position as a key aviation hub in Africa. Initiated in 2019, the project has progressed significantly with land acquisition and feasibility studies completed, paving the way for the commencement of construction. Ethiopian Airlines, with over 7 decades of illustrious service, remains at the forefront of Africa's aviation sector, with robust growth projections and a steadfast commitment to excellence in air travel services. In view of the construction of this international facility, the Ethiopian Airline Group has signed a technical advisory and consultancy contract with the Al-Handasa consultant to embark on the design and supervision of a mega airport city which is being projected. This state-of-the-art airport city, located just 40 kilometers from Addis Ababa Bole International Airport, is poised to revolutionize air travel in Ethiopia upon completion. The new airport is also projected to have the capacity to serve about 110 million passengers each year, which is 4 times the current capacity of Bole International Airport. Ethiopian Airlines announced the Mega Airport City project, highlighting its role in establishing Ethiopia as a global aviation hub. The project will not only enhance connectivity but also drive economic growth and prioritize environmentally responsible practices in the country and beyond, reflecting the airline's commitment to innovation and sustainability. With its exceptional capacity and world-class facility, this new airport promises to elevate African aviation and strengthen partnerships, marking a significant advancement for the region's air travel infrastructure. Ethiopia's aviation development did not just start today, it began long time ago. However, let us start from somewhere. Ethiopia's Bole International Airport, located in the capital city, Addis Ababa, has been marketably expanded in the last few years. It is now home to the largest airport cargo hub in Africa. The new passenger terminal, inaugurated in 2019, has tripled the airport's capacity from 7 to 22 million passengers, making it the second biggest airport by capacity in the continent. This major milestone in the airport history are closely tied to the ambitious expansion plans for the country's flag carrier, Ethiopian Airlines, now the largest and most profitable airline in the continent. But the country's airport building not only illuminate the fortunes of the national airline, they also provide an interesting insight into both state-building effort and international relations at different points in the 20th century Ethiopian history. A look at some images represent the history of aviation and airports in the country, which offers fascinating insight into these dynamics. In 1945, in line with the then emperor's ambitious modernization agenda, following his return to the country, following the Italian occupation between 1936 and 1941, a new state-owned national airline, Ethiopian Airlines, now the Ethiopian Airlines, was formed in partnership with America's Trans World Airline. In contrast to many African countries, where the first airlines were established by colonial administrations, Ethiopian Airlines was established at the urging of the country's imperial administration. By the mid-1950s, Addis Ababa was connected to every regional center of the country, as well as several international destinations such as Athens, Cairo, and Khartoum. The airline at the time quickly became a critical tool to connect the imperial capital both internationally and domestically, and to bear the Ethiopian flag beyond national borders. According to one imperial bureaucrat, in many isolated rural parts of the country, the aeroplane arrived well before either roads or motor vehicles. For the first decade and a half, the airline operated out of an airfield at Lideta in the capital, which had been established during the Italian occupation. However, by the 1960s, the airline's expansion required a new home to accommodate Ethiopia's entrance into the jet age. The appearance of the airport on one of the country's smallest denomination banknotes reflects the emperor's use of Ethiopia's national currency to project nationalist imagery. Other banknotes from this period included other notable works of infrastructural and architectural progress, including the port of Massawa, the Koka Dam, and the new National Bank building. Haile Selassie was also often photographed outside the new airport with foreign dignitaries in this period. The timing of the construction of the new airport at the time also proved to be highly significant in helping to cement Ethiopia's role as a continental diplomatic hub. It was inaugurated in 1962, and a year later, African leaders met in Addis Ababa to form the Organization of African Unity, entering in many cases through the new airport. Despite skeptics who believe Ethiopia lacked the comparative advantage to adopt the latest aviation technologies, Ethiopian Airlines has in the past decades narrowed the gap between itself and leading global players in the aviation industry by upgrading its technological, organizational, and management capabilities. One key to Ethiopia's airways success was the partnership with the leading global player, TWA. Another was a strong commitment to Ethiopianization from an early stage, which increased learning intensity and highlighted the industry's narrow latitude for poor performance. In the early 21st century, Ethiopian Airways embarked on Vision 2025, at the heart of which are technological capabilities development, skills formation, aggressive new market development, and commitment to Pan-Africanism. The story shows that African firms can successfully move closer to the productivity frontier in a particular challenging industry. The prime drivers of this growth were the support of a disciplined state and an obsessive focus on developing technological capabilities, and the intensity of learning, a strategic approach that enabled the company to align itself with the future of the aviation industry. With the latest upgrade being the Chinese-financed and constructed new Bolt terminal, which reflects Ethiopia's rich cultural and historic heritage. It is no doubt that Ethiopia's new proposed international airport, which is expected to be the biggest in Africa, is actually going to come into fruition, as Ethiopia has a track record of constantly developing its aviation industry.